In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it the hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. Her words slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire.
Hey guys, I swear my mouse wasn't letting me put myself on my own stage. Happy Monday, happy Memorial Day to everybody. And I just happy Maddie's in heaven, obviously. Happy heavenly birthday to Maddie. And let's not forget Kaylee's birthday is, I believe, June 8th or 9th. And then Xana's birthday is July 5th, I believe. And I remember because she's her mom's little firecracker. And my dad's birthday would be July 3rd. So, 4th of July resonates with me. I just thought, everyone wants to talk, you guys, about this case, right? How are we honoring the victims? How are we honoring them? It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Um, Hi, Thomas. Thanks for being here. You guys, I think that we seldom forget, like, we can talk about crime cases, but who's at the root of them? And I will say, I don't trust the families involved with this, but I will also say the two families being Xana's mother and Maddie's dad, are the last of the people that I believe have anything to do with what happened. So everyone can believe what they want, but um oh shoot, I forgot. I'm gonna try and put up this picture that I created today on my, or I can share my screen, I guess. I'm just gonna like wait a minute and see if anyone comes in. Is anyone even here? Oh, 10 people. Yeah, thank you, Thomas. You're the best moderator ever. Thank you for being here. And honestly, you guys, if I think today's a day to reflect. That's my opinion. Um, can you guys even believe it's almost been a year since July 2nd when we all found out Brian Koberger was taking a plea deal? And that still blows my mind. Time is going so fast. And I truly do feel there's like some big missing puzzle piece, you guys. And what that puzzle piece is, I don't know. But something's missing, something's gone wrong, and we should not be all expected to be stupid, because I think that that's exactly what we're expected to be in this case. Idaho didn't know. Idaho didn't know that we're smart people and we investigate and we do what we need to do for the right reasons. And I'm still confused at why no one's talking about this as like a cult situation. Um, no one can make sense of what happened. So how come we're all still talking about the same thing over and over? But we'll talk about that in a bit. Today, I want to celebrate the life of Maddie Mogen, what would have been her birthday. And I truly believe that she's in a better place. I definitely believe that. But I also believe that we need to talk about, and this is what I want this live to be about, the lack of love, friendship, and concern from people who allegedly cared about these kids. Why did it take 8 hours to call 911 or longer? Why? And I think many of y'all have Dylan, and I'm not saying she's innocent, but I think y'all have her pegged as some big part of this. I think if Dylan's guilty of anything, it's being forced to keep her mouth shut. Nobody's paying attention to Bethany. Bethany, who's related to Reed Upmore, who's related to John Showalter, John Jack Showalter. And if people, boobs on the ground, if you're listening, because you just left me some comment wherever it went, because you commented on my post. And I saw the notification. I couldn't read the whole thing, and then it was not there for me to see. Boobs on the ground said something to the effect of, if you want to celebrate Maddie, blah, 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 blah. And something about inmate number, whatever. Or no, that was actually a comment. She did say something about Maddie. If I want to celebrate Maddie, then I should do it this way. I couldn't read the rest, can't find the comment. But I also had some rando in my comment section telling me about inmate number, whatever. And I informed the commenter. Brian Koberger has a name. Okay. Thank you, Thomas, so much. I appreciate you. Yes, happy birthday, Maddie. I really, really think Maddie. I don't know, you guys. I struggled to, and I'm looking right now before I hold on one second. And we're gonna do this because we have to for Maddie. And because I think Maddie loved her daddy in a way that only she and her dad knew. And I think that Maddie's dad needs to know he was loved, just like I felt Kara needed to know she was loved by Xana. And that's exactly the only reason I ever contacted Kara Kernodle, is because of that. We do not need people out here making assumptions when at the end of the day, some of these elite families or families that have more money than the others, except they don't have it on record that they have ties to drugs or something like that, then you can finish the sentence for me. But I'm looking right now because we're going to listen to Maddie's dad talk about her. And as hard as it is, the minute I heard Maddie's dad speak about Maddie, um, it resonated with me. And nobody should have to go through any of what these people have gone through. However, everything in this video is all speculation and my thoughts, my personal opinions, and alleged. But I don't trust the two families that have money. I just don't. And I know what I know from talking to Kara, and I can't speak for her. I simply know that you guys, we have to keep pushing forth because it's truly not okay what's happened. And they know they know, right? If they didn't know, now they know. We're all crazy about this case. We all want truth. We want justice. We want transparency. We want reality to be given to us. And it's very sad. Hold on, I'm about to share my screen with this because this is about Maddie. And I just feel Maddie was the least likely to have a clue that something bad was about to happen to her that night, sadly. And if I could get my hands on number 9, Colby Pugh, I believe is his name, Sigma Chi Colby Pugh, sleep gesture, hand movements met that night when he was pointing at Maddie after she hugged him. How did these people not come out and say, I didn't mean to be that way? If they truly didn't mean to be that way, none of these people come and speak any truth to gain justice because they don't care about the truth, because the truth is they're all screwed. And this is just a frat boy thing, but come on. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, you have to be able to rationalize the fact that we see this dude doing that. Oh, put her to sleep. I did a video about it before probably anyone. I don't understand why these kids have zero remorse, zero cares, zero F's given, but these are their friends. So tell the truth. Maybe just tell the truth. The truth will set you free. And maybe they need to learn that because I don't think anyone taught them that per se, but I don't know. And I'm I don't know, but we're gonna listen to Maddie right now, or Maddie's dad about Maddie. Give me 1 second. Hi guys, by the way. Thank you again, Thomas. I appreciate you. My computer's taking forever. I'm trying to get just a snippet of Ben Mogen talking about Maddie. Sorry, guys, 1 second. because this is what my computer does to me every time. But that's okay. It's all right. All right, I think we got it going on now. And I don't care. Whatever. I'm a hot mess every day, all day. So you guys can just love me or hate me, whatever works for you. I'm pulling up this hold on, I'm pulling up this article from Maddie about Maddie's dad. But I want us to hear his words, even though I really don't want to hear his words, actually. But because it matters. And I can only imagine the pain they feel. I'm hopeful that this has the video. Okay, yeah. And I'm sorry, but we're not going to blame people just because they're hooked on drugs or have a hard life.
She was best friends with 21-year-old Madison Mogen, who went by Maddie. Some describe them as close as sisters. She was a senior, a marketing major, and a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. She loved the color pink and planned to move to Boise after she graduated to be closer to her boyfriend. Her father described her as the light of his life.
All I could have asked for, and yeah, we.
Here we go, you guys.
So much.
Sorry, I had to change something, you guys. Sorry, my bad. Where the government wants me never speaking.
Single day. In his first interview since his daughter's memorial,
Is this real?
Ways to remember his little angel.
This is the tattoo that I got to remember Maddie.
Maddie Mogen.
Sorry, you guys. I don't know why.
Her dad's angel.
Having her
live.
Well, I wouldn't be here without her.
Here, living his life, but also here.
And hot, not iced, please.
At this Coeur d'Alene Starbucks.
The last together was here. There used to be a table right over here, and that's the one that we sat at.
Sorry, you guys. Yeah, I don't know why it's skipping.
I even drive by here. I was here with us.
Dude,
now Maddie's presence is what keeps Ben going.
She was asked for, and yeah, we miss her so much.
How are you doing when you're out?
I was trying to just give Maddie's dad a little love. Such is life. It's still playing, and I canceled it. I don't know. Anyways, point being, today's Maddie's birthday. Be kind, you guys. And I posted on my community page to a list of things to just simply do for others. To be kind. I find that we will probably never know what actually happened in this case. And unfortunately, people lost their lives. And Bryan Kohberger is in prison. Sadly. Why? Who knows? But I am questioning Ann Taylor, you guys. And I think that Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, Xana would want the truth to be told, whatever the truth is. Okay. And all walking freely. And I'm talking about Emma Bailey, Demetrius Robinson, anybody that took part in this. Why are they walking free? And I'm very glad that there's that lawsuit with EWU or EWU. Because I did months ago. And because I wouldn't give them my address, they wouldn't give me information. And I think that's ridiculous. You don't need my address when you're emailing me the information I'm seeking. It's wildly insane that they think they need to know everything about everybody. For what? And I hope that they win the lawsuit, because we all should get, if it's case closed, right? Just like my quick video I did yesterday, I think it was yesterday. If Steve G and these families believe Bryan Kohberger did this to their kids, why are they watching chats? Why? Hi, Ophi. Thank you again for the video. You guys, like, why? If it's all said and done, how come we're still here questioning everything? And my opinion, I've said from day one, A1, I'm the only one who called Bryan a Fed. I didn't say he was FBI. I said he was a Fed. I also continue to tell you guys that I have heard Dan Esty, who co-owned that home, worked for Homeland Security. I've also found out myself, Bryan Kohberger, can't tell you what kind of distant cousin he is, but he's a cousin of Dan Esty. I wish we could all meet up, and I think it's CrimeCon this weekend. I could be wrong, but I wish I could have gone to CrimeCon for just, shits and giggles. And because it's in Vegas, obviously, but I couldn't, because I really don't know. I can't look at the Chapins and the Gonsalves family and believe them. I think they're all liars. And I have that right, because it's just my opinion. And I firmly believe nobody wants us to know this was a ritualistic sacrifice. And I'm sorry, but why are we not talking more about the reality of this? And I mean, yes, it's Maddie's birthday, but I think what better gift to give to Maddie other than truth and justice? And we have to keep fighting, because we're being lied to. And you don't slit Kaylee. Here's the deal. If it's not about Kaylee's family and Ethan's family, then why was it Kaylee and Ethan who had their throats slit twice post-mortem? Why? Why are we being lied to? At the end of the day, this is the way the world is supposed to work now, you guys, is that we just believe what we're told and we keep it moving. I mean, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I don't think that I don't think Maddie would be okay with that. I don't think Kaylee would. I don't think Ethan would. I don't think Xana would. And I think that there's a lot of lies right at the start of this. So how many more lies are there? And whose side is she really on? What I will say is that I don't understand why nobody's talking about the alternate perpetrators. I've been for forever. Yeah, who's Gideon? Yeah, exactly. Ophi, I agree. Good question. Gideon. I've seen 2 Gideons. I've seen 2. And I do believe Eric Gower is part of this. Not going to say why right now, but I believe he's part of this as well. And I believe they're all part of it. Hence, nobody talks because they are all raised by Satan worshiping elite families. And if nobody else wants to say it, I'm saying it. I believe firmly these people worship the devil, they worship money to the point where they do things to their kids. Trying to keep my wording so I can at least, like, I'm not even everything I say on YouTube, it's like I don't get paid for because I have an opinion about reality. So whatever. The sad part is that these people, there's a lot of these people, big money makers. I don't get it. I don't understand, but I have a friend who fully understands it. Elite families do some weird things sometimes, and their kids are the victims of their own sickness and their own evil choices. It's like, imagine Diddy, like your children, and you're the one choosing to make awful things. And hey, Ophi, while you're in here, and who are you voting for mayor of LA? Just curious, because I know you live. I know. Just curious, are you voting for Spencer? Oh Lord. And Thomas, don't think I'm gonna start into the politics thing because I'm not prepared yet. Exactly, generational grooming. Sadly. We'll say, just so you guys heard it here first. Yeah, it's all gaslighting. The whole world, we're living on gaslit fuels. If that makes sense, you guys. We're living on gaslit BS every day. Yeah, free. Oh yeah, but hey, guess what? Everybody is homeless, gotta go. I'm trying to make this thing do better, look better. But of course, I should run for mayor so I can get a new computer. Yes, generational curses, Tom. Generational curses. 100%. And we all have the ability to change that. Ophi, who am I voting for? You mean for governor? Tom Steyer, I guess. I'm glad I don't live in LA and I don't have to make that choice for mayor. Spencer Pratt pissed me off today a lot. And I grew up with Spencer Pratt, The Hills, Laguna Beach. Hot mess Spencer Pratt. I've been a hot mess before too. However, he lost me when he said the things he said about homeless people. He really lost me. Unhoused is, yes, the proper word. Unhoused. And we have many people today. You cannot, the word homeless has value to some, I guess, because it means dirty, whatever, drug addict, drug, whatever. Homeless says something to people that it shouldn't say. And people work hard. There's people working hard, 2 jobs even, and they're homeless, living in their car because of whatever. But I can guarantee you it's not because of Gavin Newsom, and it's not because of the mayor of LA. It's because of y'all's president, homeboy at the top. And California just gets to have it the worst. And we always will at this point because he hates us. So, you know. I like Tom Steyer for governor because he wants people to be able, the homeless, and that's important to me. You don't take everything from someone who's already got nothing. For what? And they want people to follow rules and such. How about see what I see when I see it? But people are suffering, especially in California. And I'm sorry, but you don't take animals, and I personally make it a point to have waters in my vehicle. If I had more money, I would be helping, especially in the hot California summer, to give people with dogs that are not having homes more. But we got to stop judging people. And this is why I'm talking about this, because I know that Kaylee was a true crime fanatic or whatever. And Maddie May Day today is to be kind to others. Literally, is it that hard to smile, hold the door open? And I posted this on my community page. It's not that hard to be kind to someone, you guys. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you so very much. I just really don't get it. And I will say also, the true crime community is kind of a joke. And people can get mad at me for saying that, but I've been here since day one with Idaho. I don't know how many times almost bullied out of this. Like, I came, and this is why in June I'm sharing my story, and I'm not letting anything or anybody keep me from speaking, because at the end of the day, I came for the right reasons to true crime. I don't want to be part of true crime anymore. I think that it's become a joke. It's a joke of a community when people are not who they say they are. Don't get me started on JLR. We'll come back to that. But he's one of the worst. But other people that it's sad that you have to not trust anyone to keep yourself, your heart, and your mind frame safe. And true crime should be everything but that. And in my opinion, it's very sad, and I might come off like a bitch to people. At the end of the day, I was never a bitch, but sometimes you have to protect your own heart, your own image, your own everything, because at the end of the day, people that you trust might just try and have you trust them to ruin you. So, not happening here. And I wish people would just realize that we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We do. But some of us actually own up to them and some of us don't. And that's the difference between good versus evil, I guess. It's really hard for me to understand. I'm a good person. I put everybody before me. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. I don't need that. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. And I don't need praise. I think we all should love others and be good to others. And that's why Maddie May Day, I really realized I'm going to just speak my mind about what I see, what's been happening. And we're grown-ups, you guys. Like, we're all grown. Why are we not the people? I mean, I don't have kids, you guys, but I think about every child that's going to grow up in this world and the things they see and that they will learn. And it's like, it's not a good time right now. And people need to be loving, not hateful. Hi, Leah. Glad you're here. You guys, I just don't get it. I don't understand why it's hard to be kind. Even if you don't like someone or you don't want to be kind anyways. That's it. Like, just be kind. Because at the end of the day, what if, say you're a judgmental a-hole and you see somebody with no home and you know they're without home, and my city has a lot of this. But if you see them and you are just rude, for what? Like, people need to wake up and realize nothing you have today is promised tomorrow. Not even the breath there's nothing that says everything you have can't be taken. And to me, everything you have should not be monetary. It should be whoever you love. And love should not have boundaries, and people make mistakes. They really do. And saying that, I have to say I'm dealing with something in my own family right now, but I'm not really ready to talk about it. But I do believe God put me here to deal with prisoners, prison system. You just don't know. And sometimes people have good intent and they still make bad decisions. And that ruins their life. One bad decision. And so, to me, I don't know. It's like, I see Steve G, I see all this money being brought in, and I can't find the comment. Viviana Boobs on the Ground left me today. I can't find it. I saw the notification hating on me about this live today. Whatever it was, started out to say, maybe you should, yada yada. Something about inmate number. No, I'm again mixing it up. Viviana just needs to stop hating on people. Stop with the hate. Are you not a grown-ass woman, or are you? Because you're hateful. I've only ever talked about this woman because she spoke about me first, and she had the audacity to say anything about me in a tank top, and I'm showing my cleavage, right? So that's why she's named Boobs on the Ground. Whatever she said to me, I cannot find it. Maybe she deleted it right after, but I saw the notification as it came in. I don't understand why people have this thing. We're all like, the sole purpose of being on the internet is to hate on people, which is what she's done. For what? For what? Oh, because Steve G told you to do so? Okay. Why you always lying? I was told, and I'm going to say again loud and clear, Viviana, because we all know where she lives. She's from the area, right? I was told Brian Koberger dissed her. That's why she doesn't like Brian. Just saying. Just saying. So, when someone wants to hate on me, call me a drunk, call me Flava Flav, call me whatever, Adam Sandler and Billy Madison, that's cool. Who cares? Have I done anything to you? No. No. No one's done anything to her. She's made a channel that's not very successful. Mine isn't either, but that's my fault as of today. I have chose to not allow things to affect me, so I have to go away sometimes. Like, I have to just say, stop it. Stop it. But yes, and congrats to Thomas on the grandbaby. Yeah, I mean, you guys, I literally came here for so many other reasons aside from what's happening. And I've been deterred for 3 years. I'm over it. I really am. Michelle had me realizing that, well, Michelle helped me learn, I guess. And God bless the woman wherever the hell she's at today. But 3 years of a whole 3 years from the 5-minute mark of my very first video, I was being attacked. If people don't like people, get over it. Move on. I don't like a lot of the things I see, and I think a lot of people that are new here to YouTube use other people's information and claim it as their own, and that's what they do. And they're growing massively. That's fine, great, wonderful. Doesn't hurt to give credit where credit's due. And I'm not even just saying that about me. I'm saying that when I know that other creators deserve the credit that's due. Like Bubbly, especially. Bubbly has done a lot of work and people don't credit her. And she didn't tell me this. I'm just speaking. So, Bubbly, I love you if you hear this, but I'm just saying what I know to be true. Bubbly didn't complain about this. It's the truth. It's just like, I don't know. Part of me is like, what the hell did I sign up for? And now it's like 4 years almost. Like, yeah, November will be 4 years. Because June is 4 years of my dad dying, and November will be 4 years of Idaho. Don't we get the right to question the parents of these kids that are gone? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be hateful or mean, but Christy is a trip, in my opinion. And the whole, I'm sorry. I don't know what religion they are, but I think their religion is something to do with the love of money and the devil. And how come nobody's ever asked Steve, what did you mean when you said they didn't have to go upstairs? How hard is it if I was a news anchor, I've written in a newspaper before, if I was interviewing Steve, I would say, can you tell us what you meant when you said they didn't have to go upstairs or he didn't have to go upstairs? And why Christy used McDonald's and the boogeyman. Kind of weird since Luigi with the big brows got arrested at McDonald's. Just saying. And I'm not saying Luigi killed these kids with his big bushy eyebrows. I'm simply saying, why are we being fed some bullshit all day? what is reality anymore? That's my question. Yeah. Are they Mormons? Well, I've been told a lot of things. I was told that Ethan was Jewish at one point. I was told Kaylee's family is Mormon. However, it just doesn't seem right to me. However, Charlie Kirk's death and the elite money with Charlie Kirk, Stacey Sheridan is like the lady who supports Erica Kirk. And it really pisses me off that there's an Erica that said, you're getting cheated on to Ethan. I'm not saying it's Erica Kirk. I just hate that. And Charlie was in Moscow, though. He was in Moscow meeting with Doug Wilson in August or September of 2022, prior to what happened to these four. Charlie Kirkers, Douglas Wilson's Kirker Church. It's a little weird. It's just weird. And exactly, I would beg for truth as well. But how come that's not what we've seen? Chapins are paying the fraternity. Weirdly. Why? Like, why are they paying? And why would you allow one of the kids who went on, like, I believe it was 2020. Why are you letting that guy, who knows if they got paid or not? He dressed up as your son's killer. How is that normal? I'd be in jail, literally, because that's not a joke to me. And also, let's not forget about Dylan and Bethany and their shenanigans of lies. Why? How come they're not? If they had put those girls in a cell for, I don't know, 12 hours, maybe they should have put them somewhere till they talked and they were scared, because I do believe y'all have Dylan as some kind of villain, Dylan the villain, but I also believe that nobody's paying attention to the fact that Bethany matters a lot. And I can't say it till I can prove it, but all these kids in their interviews, I knew her, but I didn't know anybody else. Like, even Showalter, he's like pretending he knew nobody. Okay, sure. That's weird. Why are you lying? And nobody wants to tell the truth. If you had put them in a room, locked them up, said, we're throwing away the keys till you talk and tell the truth. Bethany and Dylan both, Bethany wanted to go home for Thanksgiving, remember? So she might know what kind of fireworks she saw under her door if you forced it out of her. But no one's forcing anything out of anyone. And I mean, if I was Hunter Chapin, I'd explain why my vehicle was there in the crime scene tape and why I arrived at 4:29 a.m. the night of the murders. But no. Nope. Instead, they're just twins now. Just twins. Hi, Dan. Good to see you. Yeah, you guys, any parent would risk anything for the truth. My dad would be in prison. Maybe not, I mean, I don't know, maybe not dead if he knew what happened to me. But I know my dad, if I had to hide from my dad for 2.5 weeks because my face said everything about what happened to me. And I wasn't going to have my dad go to prison for killing someone because they did what they did. That's a parent's innate love of their child. These people and their friends, it's weird. It's cult-like. It's weird. They're more money, money, money. Hush, hush, hush. Everybody gets away with everything. We don't say a word. That's weird and sick, honestly. And do they, I mean, you got to think though, and I pray to God that this is true. I pray that they are worried that someone somewhere along the line is going to spill the truth. Because people know the truth. And to live every day with that hell because you know you did wrong, well, that's on them. But look at the way Maisie and Hunter Chapin look at their parents. Like in the last interview they did, it's gross. It's like they're staring at them like part of them feels the same, but part of them is like hating their parents. And I get the Chapins. I don't like the G fam. I like people who want to find real truth and justice for their kids. Yes, Dan, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. Honestly. Are you guys like, did you guys all have a good weekend? Doesn't feel like Monday to me. I don't know what day it feels like, actually. Feels like a Saturday. Littles, you sleeping? You sleeping? Why are you so tired? You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. I forgot. I thought my mom was here, like babysitting Littles, but she's next to me. Who misses who? You guys, hold on. Yeah, those are the grieving ones, and I'm pissed because I wanted to share, and I don't, but I do because today's Maddie's day, and I really do feel for Ben. And I think that I don't know how to put what I want to say without making it like accusatory of other people. However, how come no one's talking about the cult behavior? That's all I'm going to say. I keep saying it. I keep saying Brian's a Fed. He's not FBI. I keep saying all these things, you guys, but no one, I'm just little old me. Why is the case still sealed? Why are we not ever going to get reality? Why, when I made a FOIA request to get Brian's call logs from jail, Lake Tahoe and Ada County, nope, not allowed. Why? 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 How come everything is such a secret with this case? And why is it that, I mean, I don't know. I wish I knew someone who lived in Idaho because I'd like them to go try and visit Brian Koberger to see if he's actually sitting up in a jail cell or a prison cell. Because I don't know if he is. And I don't think we'll ever know the truth of the matter. And why is Emma Bailey and Demetrius walking free as little birds when they killed a kid? either, I'm not saying intentionally, but why are they free today? If I got caught with drugs on me, just on me, on my person, I'd be in jail. Make that make sense to the fact that Demetrius clearly has a bad past. Emma's not chosen the right path forward. Why? So a technicality let them both walk free. How is that okay? And why are I don't buy people died in Paradise Creek, Brent Kopaka. How many people do we Hannah Clear? Why is nobody investigating this? And then Ann Taylor gets $1 million to do what she didn't do for Brian Koberger. That's sketchy to me. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of cover up. I just wish. The reason I think I always go back to Colt, you guys, is because it's like these kids are brainwashed and they say what they say and they don't know, they don't remember. I don't know. They all pretend they hardly knew one another. And I'm sorry, but like that Asian girl, Kayla Wynn, some of these girls look like they're my age, 40, not 20. And it's like a Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell feeling. Like, what were these? I don't buy it that they're college girls. I don't buy it at all. What were they doing? And were they recruiting these girls? And I don't care if someone has an OnlyFans. Like, if you got it, flaunt it, you want to make money, do your thing, right? Be safe. But it just seems too weird to me. And I do believe Kaylee might have been doing like I'm going to help my dad and we're making money with crypto. And then crypto went down the drain. And why Ethan's family would ever have said on November 16th, just days later, that it was a love triangle and it had nothing to do with drugs. Oh, really? It had nothing to do with drugs. Okay. Not the drugs in your child's system when he passed. Not those drugs, right? Right. Didn't have to do with your kid, your other one, the two twins. Didn't have to do with them because they didn't roll up at 4:29 a.m. in the Black Explorer to the home. So if they rolled up, what did they see and why did they not call? How many kids does it take to call 911? Apparently more than existed. Oh, well, thank you guys. Black don't crack. I love you guys. No, I'm really just pissed, you guys. I'm really pissed. And the more I talk about it, the more I just believe what I believe that I've always believed. And I'm waiting on Read Upmore's if they'll give it or whatever. However, I don't know how much it's going to cost. I'm waiting on Read Upmore's interview with the cops because I firmly believe he's cousins with Brian. And I want to know if he was an alternate perpetrator listed. Maybe because I gave it to Ann and team, maybe not. But if he's listed, wouldn't there be an interview with this kid at all, period? Even 5 minutes. So I'm waiting. They have a couple more days till they're out of time to follow the law for the FOIA request. Yeah, Leah Hudson. I'm trying to remember. I get Hudson and the Caden Young. I personally, the guy in the mask, and he died. That's who they. Was it Caden or it was Caden? I just think that this is all bad, and I'm sorry, I don't know Demetrius from anybody else. I just can tell. You can tell. There's a black guy yelling at that house. There's names being named. There's certain things going on, and they think we're stupid. And it's gross to me. And the thing is that first of all, anyone realize that they just put like this weird portion of the military base in Idaho, like recently in the last like 6, 7, maybe a year. I'll say last year because time flies when you're not having a ton of fun. It still flies. Yeah, Caden and Hudson were friends, from what I gather. I personally believe that Caden may have had to take part in, like, these kids do what they're told, especially if they're living in fear, right? And if they owe money to people, who knows? And it's odd that the journalistic aspect of it, all these kids had ties to someone that people thought they might talk. And Emma Bailey needs to wake up. If she's still dating Demetrius, wake up, girlfriend. Wake up. Hi, Heather. No, I didn't know that was that happening there. I know these data centers are happening everywhere. I was talking about, like, it was shortly after President Trump got his like new expensive plane. I think it has to do with Qatar, in Idaho, and we were Idaho, not we, because hell no, Idaho. Idaho was going to have people from that country come be at that base, and it didn't make any sense to me. And I just thought, oh wow, all places, Idaho. I'm sure they love it. Idaho's like seemingly, in my opinion, very racist. So I saw an interview with a woman who was like, where are they going to shop? We go to Walmart. There's not, it's like literally the woman said, there's not enough room for all of us at the Walmart. Wild. And I'm sorry, but Dylan, and I'm telling you guys, Dylan is less guilty than Bethany. I just cannot prove this, okay? Can't prove it. But still working on it. And I'm going to prove to you, I can basically, and I will this weekend. I'm proving to you guys Bethany's related to Showalter. Why did Showalter not mention his cousin, Bethany Funk, in his interview? Oh, I don't hardly know them. Like, he didn't even want to say he knew Kaylee. Bro, we got Bethany sitting on your lap in like high school in a photo. And well, I have IGG or whatever. I have Family Tree, everything. And I'm working on something, you guys, that Pav said about a Robert Koberger and his, I don't know if he put out another video, but sometime yesterday, maybe. He mentioned a Robert Koberger. And it was supposed to be Brian that it was referring to. But Brian has an uncle named Robert Koberger. And I'm telling y'all, Brian has ties, big ones, to what occurred. I don't know why this is such a secret, and or I don't know if his family's deeply entrenched in evil. I don't want to believe that, obviously. I haven't spent 4 years of my life saying he's innocent to believe he's a Satan worshiper by any means. But there's some weird things that people, it's simple. Brian's family. I get it, but I don't. No talk. Nobody's talked until recent. Brian hasn't talked. And Taylor wanted to make Brian look like he wasn't capable of even helping her with his own defense. How on earth is that even possible, plausible, when Brian Koberger was getting his PhD? So he's not able to help with his own defense? That's a little strange. I just don't know what to think of Ann Taylor anymore. I don't trust any of these people on this case. I think that Brian will be exonerated, like he stated, via the federal Supreme Court. And I do believe he was working to expose every asshole in Idaho, cop, prosecutor, fake, whatever. That's what I believe Brian was doing. And maybe he wasn't even hired to do that. I do believe he had a job with the government, though. And I do believe they knew he was not the dude to have watching you, you know? That's my belief. And I believe that he's uniquely gifted. And I believe because of that, you guys, I feel so bad for him, his family, everybody tied to Brian Koberger. But I also believe he has the strength and he's going to be able to handle what this is doing to him, hopefully. But the thing is, you guys, is that people think Brian can't appeal. Yes, he can. That was a bullshit move on the prosecution and the judge to pretend to the families that he waived his rights to appeal. That's not true. Also, even if he does, even if the Innocence Project picks his case up, 10 years it could take. I'm helping someone who I helped get the Innocence Project to pick his case up. He's been there for 18 years, and now they've said it's going to be maybe 10 years also while waiting. So I guess my point is, and what I would think Maddie's point would be, for the fairness and the justness of literally people all over this country, it's not right to do that. It's not right to imprison people. It's not right to put people away because you need to close a deal. And because someone's different, and that could be like Brian autistically or of color, whatever, you don't put people in prison. And people need to be held accountable that are doing this to people. Brian's a white guy, and I'm shocked, but he has a long road ahead of him, no matter what. And I don't think we're ever going to know the truth, because I know that they screwed up. And if they didn't screw up, then he's part of a whole family lineage of Satan-loving, worshiping, demonic situations. And I don't believe that. However, I don't know. Because we all make assumptions quickly about everything. However, no matter what, Bryan Kohberger did not kill these 4 kids by himself. Plain and simple. He didn't do it by himself. No one could do that. And why is it that 2 of the 4 had their, necks twice postmortem? That's a message to shut up. So, if had any ties to this, wouldn't they do that to Bryan too? Like, shut up. Like, why wouldn't they just shut him up too? Oh, he was just the perfect patsy? It's weird. It's weird. The Grove. Well, here's the thing, you guys. That I don't think anyone, what's that guy's name? The sign stealers that night. The what do you call it? The coffee place, Dutch Bros. That guy and the other guy. So the guy, Dutch Bros, yellow sweater from the grub truck, and his buddy later that night stealing the sign. That guy's name, I believe, is Hunter. Hold on. I believe his name is also Hunter. And I believe it's Hunter Kloss. Like, I don't know if you guys were born when I was born and know and remember. Polly Kloss, like it's Polyclass, like we would say, but it's Klaas. I'm looking right now to see, because this is something I've wanted to talk about also. Yep, Hunter Jacob Kloss. He lives at 1122 King Road, where Jack lived, I believe. That's Jack's address. Hayden and Hunter. So the guy Hayden was with was Hunter. And I swear, every time I say this things out loud, though, they'll disappear. Because I found this guy on Facebook a while back, and now I can't find him. And I haven't even hardly said a word about this. Yep, right here. 1127 King Road, Hunter Kloss, where Adam Lauda lived. But you guys, how come? Here's the deal. People made a big deal about Hayden's, like, whatever. Even the cop asked him whatever was on his head or where he got that mark on his head. How come the cops did not ask the black kid, the mixed black kid, on, I guess, Taylor, the Banfield boys? Why didn't they ask him why he had a rhinoceros thing? Like, hey, kid, what happened to your head? Like, it looked like he had, like, a literal thing. I mean, what the hell? Oh, because we're all lying to cover up something anyways. It's wild. And I'm sorry, but I forget. I think it was Pav. I don't remember. Someone mentioned something about IT, and I ended up commenting whoever the heck it was, whatever creator. I was like, isn't that odd though? Because IT. But Steve G wants to play like he doesn't know anything about IT. Steve G wants to pretend he knows nothing, but he also already knew days after this, when he did the interview with Fox, that, oh, you can person. And, it's a small town. We all know, we can all figure it out. How the hell did he know that? And yeah, Hayden had a hard bump, but so did, his name's Peter as well. Peter Reagan, the mixed black and white kid at Banfield with the cop stop. He had like a literal triangle coming out, like a horn coming his head. And I did a video on it because I was like, how come nobody's talking about this? This is weird. And nobody can confirm or not. I thought I could debunk the middle guy, Ethan Knight, as to not being the kid who killed his dad in Evergreen, Washington in January 2022. However, nobody's ever really been able to do that. I think his middle name or his middle initial is different. I think he's Ethan. Why would I try? I don't trust any of these people, their names or whatever they even put on paper. I mean, I'm telling y'all too. East State Street in Cedro Woolley, Washington has an Ethan Knight, and it's tied to the Chapins, and it's tied to a Brenton somebody. And one other thing I found was like assassin something. Like, if I can find this shit, why can't, like, this means nobody else literally in Idaho really cares to be on this case, because if I can find it, you can find it. How come this is such some mystery still? That's weird. The one that was mixed was Peter Reagan, Reagan. I believe he was an alpha. But he was AKA, not Alpha Rho, which Reed Upmore was Alpha Rho fraternity. I'm just glad I don't have kids, because they would never be allowed to do any of this fraternity, sorority, nothing. And Saeed, yeah, him and his big brows too. And I mean, you guys, they left. The timing is so weird. There's two people I have yet to post about, because I just I don't want to be the person that's calling out people just because I feel like it. But there's a guy named Dave who looks just like Reed Upmore, but older. I may or may not have shown him ever before, but also some other guy, and he kind of looks like Saeed-ish, but he's older. And I just think that we have to understand that money is a motive, especially for college kids, and even ties to this pest control extreme networks. These kids are driving around saying that in Lamborghinis and stuff, claiming that they do pest control work, but they're really traveling the world with their whole company. I'm sorry, that's not normal. But I think that people find a way to maneuver and manage around money. And I think it's going to be somewhat like what's going to come out eventually about Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA. I think that's what is going on. Money, 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 money. People are spending money that's not really theirs to spend. Yeah, you're welcome, Leah. And yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow and we can walk through that whole thing again. And I mean, the kid had a literal horn coming out of his head. And the cop didn't say like, hey, bro, where'd you get that? But he was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we didn't know if you were a real person. So was it a real conversation or not? I mean, you can't have it both ways. And that's what that's why I question Ann Taylor. How come Ann Taylor? Yeah, Bubbly does say that. And well, here's the deal with EcoShield. March of 2023, after this happened, nobody had seen Showalter. I found him, and he was in Vegas with EcoShield dudes partying. And I was like, what the the guy you hear on the thing with the cops. Showalter's an asshole. I nicely, kindly tried to speak with him because I am technically a journalist. To sway him into talking to me, he only wanted the information I was able to give him, and then he didn't want to talk. But he was an asshole. And what are the odds? He has family in Nevada. Bethany's from Nevada. Pretty sure I found that white truck in Nevada from what we see drive by Maddie, him, and Kaylee. The thing is, you got years almost in the making of a horrible crime story. And Dylan, first of all, I don't think Dylan should have been able to raise money on GoFundMe. You cannot raise money if you are a potential part of a crime. It's very hard to even raise money for people that are wrongfully incarcerated. But I firmly believe Dylan got that money to have a very good defense, because I believe Dylan's eventually going to turn into the patsy of what happened. And that's sad. If she's innocent, it's sad. But then again, let's not forget, who doesn't call 911? Who doesn't do what's right? And I'm sorry, but I stop at the point of all of their stories when it comes to Kaylee was more sober than Maddie, and Maddie took Murphy out with Bethany. Why? I'm not having my extra drunk friend take my dog out at all. I love that, Leah. Leah says, as a bereaved mother, I would like to make my channel into interviewing the mothers for parents of true crime. I think that's great. And if you do that, I will be happy to support you, share your everything. This 4 years has been a lot, and that's why I'm going to share my story finally in June in honor of my dad, in a weird way, because he'd be in prison if he knew when he was alive. But I feel it's time. I was distracted, I was deterred, and I came to YouTube to share and hopefully help somebody. But I have to keep my own commitment to myself. And I think that's beautiful. You've lost a child. That's hard. And I'm very sorry for your loss. I do believe that's how we all get through life, though, right? We share, we help others. Because unfortunately, there's another mother in your shoes. Good. I'm so happy. Please do. And I promise I will share your channel. I will, if you need advice or whatever. I mean, I've not grown as quick as some channels, but that's my fault. But I allowed a lot of things to get to me. And I'm finally, I hope, back in the saddle to get moving and get forward. But at the end of the day, if I help one person because my story resonates with them, that's what I came to YouTube for. And some people are not here for that. And that's okay. But I'm real. I always want to remain real, you know? And I'm so sorry, Heather. That's awful. Man, you guys, I love you guys. I'm so sorry for your losses. And I'm grateful you guys are choosing to spend your time here with me. What I want to do is not, I'm changing. I don't want true crime. I will never give up on Idaho. But there's a lot about life, like random things about life. Hard parts, good parts, all the things of life. And you know, like I said, I just turned 40 in September. I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be, but there's still goodness in that. And if I can help people, and if we can all help each other, that's, I guess, my goal. It's I don't think that we all have to have like some main huge goal. If I want to get on a live and just talk, I'm going to just talk and do it. I get so caught up in trying to be so perfect when I want to go live that I get frustrated and don't go live, to be honest. But we all just have, a lot of us can tell when we innately, intuitively have something in common with other people, you guys. And, you know, I find it comforting when I see people, and I don't get to get into many lives, but I also choose not to at this point in time because I feel like a lot of people are just not real. And I'm not here for that. I'm here for real, like, let's talk real life together. And so I support anybody, any one of you who makes a channel and has something to say it. That's what we're here for, you guys. And so long we can do it, like, there's so much drama and theatrics, but if you don't get caught up in it, it doesn't matter, you know? And I am so sorry again, you guys. And thank you also, you guys, for sharing and feeling safe enough to do so in the chat here. I pray for all of you. I really do. I pray everyone in this chat right now, whatever you're going through, whatever you need, whatever you're seeking. And I also pray that you find a good way of handling these challenges, because life's hard and it's easy to, I guess, take the easy way out of some of this, and life isn't easy. It's not easy at all, you guys. But this is the community I want. I don't want true crime drama, BS, nonsense. I want a community of people that actually really care and that aren't judgmental and aren't assholes about everything and anything just because, you know? We all have, none of us are perfect. We're all human. And whoever thinks they're perfect, well, go to another person's chat, because I'll pretend and I'll joke and I'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry. God made us exactly who we are, though. And for whatever reason, we have to handle the challenges that come our way. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. My computer just did something really weird, so I hope you guys can still hear me. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. And honestly, you guys, what a beautiful day, and honor Maddie. And my heart and my hope is that we all leave this earth eventually knowing what actually happened to these 4 kids. And I mean, to anyone who's a mother or parent, a father. It's just scary. It's scary because Idaho has let some people off the hook and they're still out there. And kind of probably why I almost lost my mind at one point when I really started to lose my mind out of fear. But we can't live in fear, and the truth always prevails, just like the light always overcomes the dark. And you guys, I don't know. I just hope that I don't know what we can do. Bryan Kohberger, I don't believe he's a killer. I don't. He's sitting in prison. And they won't even let us get his calls. So what are they hiding? It's so frustrating. So, well, I don't know. I have a lot to say. But at the end of the day, we all have to be the people that we would hope to be in any case, I guess. Be a good person, you know? And Maddie May Day, it's Maddie was kind. And I know there's rumors that she was a bully or whatever, but we can't. I think we all have our eyes and we have our brains and we see what we see and we believe on what we witness and what we've been able to witness. We did not know these kids. But I think that based on the few people like Maddie's dad talking about her, any father would, but we just have to be aware and not stupid. I think that Idaho is shocked that we all gave so much of an F about the case that's why it's $7 million to get a FOIA request. And that's why they're being sued, and trying to get information out of them is like the hardest thing in the world. Because number one, they know no report taken. They didn't do their job ever. But now they have a case where they didn't expect, even though I know they did something wrong, they didn't expect the world to be watching, and we are. And what I will say is I don't think we should ever give up and stop making it known that we are watching. And if you have a job as a cop or anything of public service, you better love that job or don't have that job. Brett Payne. I mean, these people, Bill Thompson and Ann Taylor, if she's not who we think she is, then she needs to, I guess at the end of the day, we all meet our maker. And unfortunately, it's sad for Brian's family because, like I said before, we don't know, we don't have tomorrow promised. So I don't know, you guys. Oh yes, Ben Mogen. I cry, and I was gonna end with Ben Mogen if my computer would ever do what I want it to do when I'm live. But Ben Mogen, he has my heart, and he sounds just like my dad when he talks about Maddie. And I'm gonna try it one more time. And I just want you guys to know, if it works, I'm gonna end with this. I want you guys to know I very much appreciate you guys. I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Thank you for spending the holiday day with me. I'm pulling it up right now to see if it's gonna actually let me. Yeah, hold on, you guys. I love you guys though, and please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and Thank you, Heather. I think if you're talking to me, my dad's gone though. He died right before they died, all 4 of these kids. So kind of this case has kept me busy, my mind on other things, but we should all just be so blessed to have love in our lives. And, you know, the people we love, we got to tell them we love them, because nobody lasts forever, you know, you guys. And I want everybody to just feel, and I know a lot of people come in my chat, and people have emailed me, and people need love, and we need to be loving of people. And if that's what we take away from today, Maddie May Day, then that's what we do. And even if it's so simple, like just being kind, you know, you guys, it's so easy. I don't know what I'm about to play for you guys, but I'm going to share. It's Maddie's dad. And no, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. If you're new here, you're new here. I appreciate you. And Maddie's dad, definitely just him and Xana's mom. And that's why I spoke with Xana's mom personally, because I felt I had to. And Xana's mom and Ben, both parents, did not deserve to get, because they had addict past. We don't know what they're doing right now. And it really bothered me that just because of that, we're going to put this whole thing on them. That's not okay. Because in my personal opinion and my humble opinion, the 2 other families that have money, the elite families, had way more shady situations in their current past. And so it killed me. And so I had to reach out to Xana's mom, and I'm glad I did. And I will always hold that close to my heart. Ben, I never reached out to Ben, but I cry every time I see Ben speak about Maddie. How did they release the fingerprints? And you guys, I'm going to let you guys finish talking. Yes, Leah, get your channel going. Do it, girl. I think everyone should be able to. And this is like the way we live nowadays, and we help other people, and we share stories, and we can support everybody. We can support each other. I love you guys so much. Stacy Chapin is not. Stacy Chapin is just not normal, in my opinion. She's my least favorite of all the people. Because 2 a.m. is a dark hour. I think Ethan's life might have been a dark time. Poor kid. Ethan's my child in my brain. But I love you guys. And I'm gonna share this. I don't know. Oh, it's him at the, hold on. I don't want to share this. I don't want it to be this one. Hold on. I don't want that one. I just want Ben talking about Maddie and Mogen. I want it to be like the one where he's at the coffee shop or something with, what the sorry guys, I'm cutting out littles. But I want to end with whatever I'm going to show you guys. And I just want you guys to remember Maddie today and always. Obviously, I don't think it's possible to not. But just also remember, kindness is so simple. And, you know, we don't know what people are facing ever when we run into people, strangers, whatever. Just kindness goes so far. And when people have been kind to me and I wouldn't have expected it, I remember it, you know. I'm going to show you this, and we're going to end on this. Hold on one second. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. And thank you guys all for being here with me today. And just know I appreciate you guys. 1 second. We're going to end it with Maddie's daddy, and I'll cry, so we have to end it. So we'll all cry together. But then you guys have a great day. Have a blessed week. And I love you guys. We're going to end it here. If my computer allows me to do what I want it to do. I appreciate you guys. Here we go. There we go. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Have a great night. And thank you, Thomas. And thank you all for being here.
To move to Boise after she graduated to be closer to her boyfriend. Her father described her as the light of his life.
She was the best child I could have asked for, and yeah, we miss her so much.
Ago on this day, Ben Mogen thinks about his daughter Maddie's memorial. Ben Mogen tells me how he finds ways to remember his little angel.
This is the tattoo that I got remember Maddie.
Maddie Mogen,
She is my little angel.
Has always been her dad's angel.
Having her in my life got me through a lot of dark moments.
Maddie is Ben's light, his reason to live.
Well, I wouldn't be here without her.
Here, living his life, but also here.
And hot, not iced, please.
At this Coeur d'Alene Starbucks.
The last time that we ever went somewhere together, it was here. There used to be a table right over here, and that's the one that we sat at. Yeah, every time I even drive by here.